What's up, everybody? It's Marie again, and this is Cozy Arcade Corner, and this is episode number 4. Thanks so much for being here. I took a break last week because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about. There is so much game news, so many new games coming out. I had no idea where to start. I was honestly getting a little bit of decision paralysis because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to talk about. But this week I got a little bit of a theme, and so we're going music theme. So here we go. Alright, so first musical game we're going to cover today is called Stray Gods, a role-playing musical. In this game you play as Grace in a world where Greek gods are living among us. And in the game you change your fate as you draw friends, foes, and lovers into song using your powers of musical persuasion to unravel the mystery of the last muse's death. And so I just think this game just looks really cool. I have not dug into it too much further, but I honestly haven't seen a lot of musical games, and for one, a role-playing musical game. So this one is available. It should already be out. I think it came out August 9th. And yeah, I haven't really looked into it, but I'm excited to hopefully get this game, look into it more, see what people are thinking. But it looks incredible. Like, the art looks great. I'm excited to hear the music in it. So we shall see, but thank you so much for to Jaden, who shout out to Jaden for sending me the link to this one. Next game, also sent to me by Jaden, is called We Are OFK. And in this game, you start a band in this dreamy musical journey where you cry, skate, date, and run for your life in 5 interactive music videos across a heartfelt story of what you risk to chase your dreams. I love that. I absolutely love the synopsis for this game. And so again, I haven't looked into it. I haven't tried it yet. I have not played it. This one also should have just come out. I think this one was August 18th. Actually August 18th of last year. So this game has already been out. But yeah, I'm really excited to check this one out for sure. And so if anyone has already tried it, let me know what you think. Again, I have not played too many musical games, I guess, lately. So, or really like in my lifetime. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this one goes. While I have not played a musical game lately, I do want to give an update on a game that I recently finished. This game, I talked about it in my last episode. I bought it during the Wholesome Games Steam sale. The game is Button City, and so I finished the game. It is so adorable and so cute. So again, in the game, you play as Fennel the fox, who meets a bunch of friends, and they realize that they need to save their local arcade. But in the game, you get to play like arcade games, so I thought that was like really, really cool. So it was almost like a game within a game. It was like Inception. But it was just really fun. The characters were all super cute. I love the aesthetic. This is like this bright, vibrant aesthetic. The storyline was really heartwarming, and so yeah, I highly recommend that game. And I think to complete it was something like 3 or 4 hours. There are some like side quests and whatnot that you can complete and do as well, but I think like the main story itself just took about like 3 hours. So yeah, I mean, I could definitely go more into a game review, but just at a high level, I love the game. It was really, really fun. Highly recommend. I think it's, yeah, definitely a cozy game, I think, because it's just something that I kind of sat around with for a couple of hours, and yeah, I just kind of found myself immersed in it. So Button City, available now. Continuing on the musical journey here, I definitely had to make note of a musical game that we have at Netflix, and of course I am still keeping track of how many games on Netflix that I am playing, and one of them I did absolutely have to play when it came out, is Hello Kitty and Friends Happiness Parade. And so this is a music and rhythm game. where you play as Hello Kitty and with your friends. You bring joy to the citizens of this fantasy world, and you have literal, parades. But of course, beware of Kuromi. She is jealous of your many fans and wants the parade to fail. So you band together with your friends to make sure that, you keep the party going, which I think is so cute. And of course, I am definitely on a Hello Kitty frenzy right now. I'm also playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which is only available on Apple Arcade. I cannot wait to share more of my experience and my game review on that, because I'm actually almost done. But again, staying with the Netflix theme and the musical theme, Hello Kitty Happiness Parade. So I had to figure out what gaming news was I going to share, because I'm sticking to this musical theme, but I found a piece of news from Euronews that I thought totally fits in this week's theme. But in Roblox, there is a Hamilton simulator game. And it is making news because in this game, players use their own avatars as they rub shoulders with the musical's characters and negotiate through 10 levels set during the Revolutionary War. And so the journey commences at the New York docks with the objective of liberating the city from British rule. And so I have not tried this one yet. For anyone who's in Roblox and who've tried it, let me know what you think. I love Hamilton. I'm a huge Hamilton fan. I've watched the musical and it is one of my favorites, and so I'm really excited to see this game come to life inside of Roblox. So yeah, nothing more to say on this other than, it was built in Roblox. So I have been asked multiple times, how do you get into the games industry, Marie? It just seems like it's so hard to get in. The bar of entry is so high. And so what is the best way to get into the industry? And my answer and the reality is that there is no one way to get into the games industry. There are so many ways to get in, right? I mean, from the basics, some people just have applied and got lucky. Some people networked really hard and got lucky. Some people combined the two and got lucky. But there is no one way to do it. And I think that's what I think, though, is really special about places like, or platforms like LinkedIn, where you can see stories and meet people who are in the industry who share their stories and journey to get into games. Because I think it really does come, it just really just does come from a place where it's like, they share what worked for them. Mistakes they made, things that they've tried that either was successful or not successful, people that they connected with that helped with their journey. And I think that's really something that is so important, to have a platform like LinkedIn where those stories are being told. Because if you really think about it, there's 1,000,001 ways to get into the industry, and all of these people have found, those 1,000,001 ways to get in. And so, you're really getting insight directly from them. But of course, the hard part and the reality is that it's not to say that you will have that same exact journey, whether it was as easy as applying or as hard as, hey, I networked for years until I got my break into the industry. But, it really is just about how you apply it at the end of the day. And I think it's important to just, soak in as much of those stories, soak in as much of those journeys, and figure out what works best for you. And that's also kind of the hard part as well, because some people are like, oh, I've tried X, Y, and Z and that didn't work out. Maybe I'm just never going to make it into the industry. Other people are like, I'm going to try A through Z, 1, 2, 3, 1 to 100 ways, to see what works for me. And again, that totally is based on your energy, your efforts, how much investment you want to put into it. But yeah, that's really just the reality of getting into the games industry, is that there is no one way to get in. There are a million ways to break through. And sometimes you do have to take the time to understand and figure out, what you will do for yourself to stand out, and make your break into it. So I know that's hard. That's a really hard reality. I personally don't like to always give that advice, or tell people that. I know people want like the answer, the one answer to rule them all. But I think facing the reality is also another way that people have also gotten into the industry, that they know like, hey, this is going to take some time. This is going to take a lot of work. This is going to take a lot of failure and rejection, but I'm going to stay resilient and, keep going until I make my break. So I think it's a lot of your own preference as well and your own energy, like I mentioned, but it's possible. So, the reality is there's no one way. It's hard to break in. It could take a lot of time, but it is absolutely fulfilling, if you really do continue to set the course and, strategize and do your best to find, that million and second way, to get into the industry. All right, my friends. Well, that was episode 4 of A Cozy Arcade Corner. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you are liking the series, enjoying the games that I'm talking about. Hopefully y'all are enjoying each other's company, and connecting and whatnot. I know that some folks are, again, connecting either through comments here on YouTube or connecting on LinkedIn, which is where I know most of my community is living. But yeah, just thank you so much. And, I'm excited to continue to share more games with y'all and give updates. Again, getting back into the groove of this, even though I was, just paused for 1 week, I realized that there is just so much out there in terms of what's coming, news, new games, all of that. And it's a little overwhelming. And I know some of y'all have also, gave me some feedback and, have told me that, as I'm doing this show and uploading videos to YouTube, I really have to think about kind of the timeliness of the information that I'm sharing. And I feel it. I feel like I'm behind, but at the same time, I'm trying not to think about it that way. Again, I'm just here to build community, make friends, talk about games, and just bring joy to, the video game community in whatever way that I can. So I'm going to try not to think about, feeling like I'm late or behind, and just, again, just share what I feel like I want to share and what's getting me excited, and hopefully that also gets y'all excited as well. So thank you, and we will see you next week for Cozy Arcade Corner. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.